Alright, so this is the first scramble. It was the 8.45, which was the worst solve of the average, even though this was just a 5-move cross, but, I mean, like, a combination of bad look-ahead and bad TPS just resulted in pretty bad time. But, anyway, from here I did an x2, then if I did a d prime, I can do fr, and that will solve these 3 pieces, and then I did u prime l2 to solve the rest of the cross. Next I have this piece, this pair I mean, if I do u prime, then I can do l prime u prime l, and that sets this pair up into a pretty nice case. I can rotate u prime and then just insert into the back. Now from here I did see this pair, and if you're a right-handed solver like me, the best way to solve this pair is maybe, in my opinion, is probably to just rotate u prime, and then ru r prime, l prime u l, like that. But I didn't do that, I didn't feel like rotating, so I did solve this pair with only LU moves, so that was kind of hard to execute since I am a right-handed solver. But I did this, LU, L2, U prime, L2, U, L prime, like that. Then I rotated, solve this pair, which I can solve pretty simply like this. And then this pair, U prime, insert into the back. Now from here, I feel like the best way to solve this case is just to do the lefty version of the standard alg for OLL. But instead I did U2 and just did a righty version, but it doesn't really matter too much, it's just 1 move difference. And I did result in this R-perm, which is probably better than the other R-perm that you would have gotten if you did the other OLL alg. So I guess that kind of paid off, but U, PLL, U2. Okay, so this is solve number 2, the 7.59, and ironically this is like kind of like the opposite of the last solve, because there was really good look ahead and pretty good TPS, but there was a pretty bad cross. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So first I did an x2, then I did a d. Now if I do r prime f r prime, that will solve these 3 pieces as well as solving this corner. Now if I do d2 f prime, this will mostly solve the cross and bump this F2L edge into the top layer. So from here I did a rotation, U prime R, U prime R prime, and then D prime. So that solves an X cross. So that was a pretty inefficient X cross, but it kind of paid off in the end because it was a decent time. So from here I did a U2, solved this pair with L prime U2L, and then just inserted it like this. Then from here I rotated U prime, R U2 R prime U2. Sorry. Now if I insert this pair, it'll actually set this pair up into a pretty easy insert. And I did notice that, like, I did notice this during the solve, so I kind of solved the last 2 pairs in kind of one fluid motion like that, instead of doing this, pausing and doing that. So I guess that was kind of cool. From here I did a U prime. I have this pretty cool, nice OLL. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. I noticed that since these are matching and these weren't, this would actually give me an EPLL, either an EPLL or an EPLL skip. So that was, it doesn't really matter if I notice that or not, but I just decided to point that out. I don't know. Anyway, I did my OLL like this, and then a U-perm that, if I remember correctly, was kind of locky, so it could have been a better time, but, you know, it's fine. Okay, so this is the third scramble. It was the 8.25, and the whole solve in general was just pretty unlucky. There's nothing really lucky about the solve, but I guess my decent-ish TPS did make up for that, so yeah. Anyway, I held the cube like this. First I did a D prime, so the reason I did a D prime is because then when I rotate and do an R2, that will actually set this red-white piece up in a way such that it's only 1 move away from solving. So that's why I did a D prime. Then I did a U2L to solve these 2 pieces in relation to one another. Rotate D prime R2, and then solve this red white with an F. Okay, next I rotated, I should have solved this pair, but I guess I didn't see it, so I just decided to rotate. From here, I solved this pair, and I should have probably solved it like RU prime R prime, and then cancel into solving this pair like this, like that. But instead, I did RU prime R prime, and then I did U prime, RU prime R prime again, RU prime R prime again, U2, and then just solve this pair. So I guess I could have saved like 1 or 2 moves by doing it the other way, but it doesn't really matter. Here I rotated. From here I probably shouldn't rotate it, because if I'm already in this position, I could just do this to solve this pair. But I didn't see that, so I had to rotate, because I have bad look ahead. Anyway, I did RU prime R prime, U2, and then just inserted this pair like this. Next, I solved this pair. I did a U prime, sledgehammer, and then I can just insert this pair into the back pretty easily. And then a U2. Normally I'd probably solve the pair like this. I'd rotate, and then rotate again, solve it like that. But I wanted to preserve EO. I didn't want to get a .OLL, so I actually did this kind of corner commutator for blind. And that does set this pair up like this. I can insert it. Then I'll do a U, my OLL, U, and an R prime, no AU left. Okay, so this is the 4th scramble. It was the 703. It was the best of the average, but that's probably partly because I did have a free pair during F2L, and last layer was pretty easy. But anyway, I rotated the cube like this, and then I did D prime U prime, so that this orange and white edge will line up with its center, and same with this piece. And then I rotated D prime L prime, solve these 2 pieces, and then U R prime F, and that will finish off the cross. From here, I did pause for a little bit because, like I previously mentioned, my look ahead is really bad. But anyway, I saw this pair. I just insert into the back like that. Then from here, I rotated U, sledgehammer, and then I can just join this pair into the back like this. Then rotate again, U prime, solve these 2, just 2 gen. Rotate again, U, RU R prime. And now instead of doing a U2 and then RU prime R prime like I would normally do, for some reason I just decided to do U prime and then U2 R prime. But that ended up being better, because if I did insert like this, I would result with this. I would end up with this OLA, which will result in a diagonal swap. So instead, I did insert this pair with RU2 R prime, which ended up with this, which I can do a U2, solve my OLA, and get an H prime. Alright, so the final scramble, this is a 7.44, and actually this was a 75 move solve according to execution term metric, and actually that is 10.08 TPS, so that's over 10 TPS, which is just really, really good for me. I don't know if I've ever gone over 10 TPS before. This is the first time that I know of that I got over 10 TPS, but anyway, onto the solve. I rotated like this, now red front, yellow top. I did U prime, R prime, F to solve these 2 pieces, B prime, L prime to solve the blue and white, then D prime, R prime, D to solve the rest of the cross. Then I rotated U2, and then solved this pair into the back, like this. Then I rotated again, solve this pair, this one and this one, with the U2, take this edge out, and then just solve this pair again. Then U, this is a free pair, rotate again, U2, and then U, double fat anti-sune for OLO, U2, and then F prime. And that was a 7.44. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this and or learned something from the video. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.